Hey, what is up, awesome people? Shady Wags with some more Dead by Daylight killer gameplay, and I've been trying to level up the Trapper to killer rank 1, and I ran out of time. I knew there was a season, I just didn't know when it started and ended. Evidently it ends on the 13th, so I started this way too late. Now, there is no doubt I would have made it to number 1 because I made it all the way to rank number 3. So I'm calling this a victory, and I'm calling it actually a number 1 ranking. Now, in the last video, I was having some issues with the Trapper. I just felt like my gameplay was falling apart. I wasn't doing very well in the mid-game, and I wasn't getting enough points to level up. It was looking like I was going to have to start camping with Insidious, and that was just something I really didn't want to do that. Some of you left some advice and some constructive criticism, and I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much for that. And some of you said that I suck. Well, that's up for debate. I never said I was MLG or a pro gamer or esports gamer. I'm nothing more than a regular gamer who likes to have fun while he's playing. You want to watch someone who never has a bad game, never misses, and wins the match every time? Well, then I'm not the one you want to be watching. I have good games and I have bad games. There are some games that I'm absolutely awesome at, and there's others that I'm not. And I could easily only upload my greatest matches and then highly edit everything else so it looks really good. But that's not real, and I'm not going to do that. If I have a bad game, I'm going to show that I had a bad game. If you want to watch someone who does everything right, kills everybody, and wins every match, then go watch someone on Twitch. But be prepared in about 6 months later when you find out they've been wall hacking or aimbotting. But that's a discussion for another time. These guys are obsessed with this generator just a little bit too much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and break these pallets and put a trap down near this generator. And you might notice that I can see people healing. That's because I've been using a nurse's calling. And we'll talk about the perks I've been using here in a minute. There we go. Anyways, I took your guys' advice into consideration. I went back, I looked at some older gameplay to see what was working that's not working now. And what it really ended up being for me was the speed of the games. In those lower ranked matches, I was able to start the trial and put down about 3 to 4 strategically placed traps before I even started thinking about patrolling generators. And by the time I put down that 4th trap, there normally was not even a generator up yet. A nerving presence wreaked havoc in those earlier matches. Survivors would be missing like crazy. Not so much now at this level. Players rarely miss, and it just really came down to time. I needed to get onto those Jennies faster, start locating people faster, to get them moving around, and I needed to start using the right perks. I still think by this stage of the game, a lot of the Trapper's perks are not very useful, so I ended up going back and trying a lot of different combos. And here's what's been working for me. The first setup I use Iron Grasp. I just think this is a must-have. People like to sabotage hooks, and they like to block the hooks when you're trying to put people on them. With Iron Grasp, it really doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to get them to a hook, or even the basement. Get away from my generator, white shirt Claudette. The second perk is Spies from the Shadows. At tier 1 and 2, this is not great, but at tier 3, it's like a freaking tracking system. When you have a survivor on the run, those crows will just lead you right to them. The third is Unrelenting, and that's for the quicker recovery on misses. Some of you commented I was missing a lot, and that is absolutely true. Except for in this match, I think I've got every hit so far. The issue I'm having is that on Xbox One right now, there is lag and there's FPS loss. And that has really turned me into an overly aggressive swinger. I would rather take the swing and miss than not take the swing at all. That's just the way I look at it. Right into my little trap. Did you guys see that? She went into the trap. Shoot, she had on that perk where she could recover instantly once during a match if she ever goes into the death state. And she bounced right back up. That sucked. Okay, the fourth perk I use is purely for points, and that is distressing. With that, I'm getting 15% more points when I put down a trap, when you trap a person, and when someone is bleeding. Other than that, if I'm using a loadout with a trap that puts someone automatically into the dying state, I switch out distressing for Deer Hunter. Now, if you have it available to you, what I found works wonders for me is switching that fourth perk off for a Nurse's Calling. That is one of the Nurse's trainable perks, which allows you to see people's auras that are healing. And if there's anything that I think that's really missing from the Trapper, it's a tracking or locating perk. I lost her after that flashlight blind. The doctor has a way to locate people. The nurse has her way. The hag pretty much has a way. It just only makes sense the hunter does too. There she is, and that's why I think Nurse's Calling has really been a big game changer for me. Probably one of the best perks I've unlocked so far. At first I felt a little bad about using it because it's not a trapper perk, but you know, most people at this level are running teachable, so turnabout is fair play. Dwight, you better get that damn flashlight away from me, or I'm gonna shove it right up your ass. Okay, Dwight, now I'm gonna come after you in that flashlight. Come on, Dwight, I know you're here. I don't consider this camping because I know these guys are here. At least two of them. They've already shown that they're going to come after this person regardless if I'm standing here or not. So I might as well just wait for them. And man, are they just walking right into the traps. Now, kind of the problem is here, I don't want to lose him, but at this point in the match, I want Claudette sacrifice more. So I've got to keep an eye in his direction, and with that Nurse's Calling, if someone starts healing him, I'm going to see it. Those explosions is someone setting off crows, so they're heading this way. Now, it's hard to tell how far he's crawled at this point. Boom, there we go. Money in the bank, baby. Yeah, you need to get out of here. Me and Ace need some alone time. Well, there was the trapdoor, and that's good to know at this point. The crows are going off again, so I already know that they're here. That's a good hiding spot there. I like that. I've been really reluctant lately in matches about putting traps down around the hook after I put somebody on there, just because I've been burnt so many times putting down the trap, and while I'm putting it down on the ground, they take the person off the hook and they're both gone by the time I get back up. I'm playing with these guys here. If I wanted to be a total a-hole, I could just stand right behind the hook, but I've killed one person so far, so I feel like I've already won this and I can risk it a little more. Oh, she got him. And that's a 2-for-1 deal. Dwight got hit, he's down, and Ace went right into the trap. She blinds me, but just a little bit too late there. There she goes, and Dwight's somewhere around here. He's somewhere around her. He couldn't have crawled off that far. And I'm guessing he knows that trapdoor is here. So I don't think he's going to crawl too far away. And now she's in a trap. I don't think I'm going to make it all the way over there in time, though. If I don't get her, she's going to have to heal herself, though. Or she's going to go heal him. And as soon as they start healing, I'm going to know exactly where they're at. Okay, I did miss one there. I got a little excited, guys. Now, the only thing between me and a flawless victory is a bleeding out Dwight. Is he going to get to that trapdoor? I'm trying to listen for him, but I just don't hear him. I think I'm just going to stand here on this trapdoor, and he's either going to crawl over here or he's going to bleed out. Oh my god, he was right here the whole time. I just about blew that. I didn't see him there, and I got real lucky. Guys, that was a really action-packed match. They were getting knocked down, going on hooks, stepping in traps, getting off hooks, and just flying around everywhere. That was a really fun match. Well, that is it for Trapper John. I think what I'm going to do, since I'm starting all the way over, is I'm going to start on another killer, and right now I'm leaning towards the hag. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I really would appreciate it if you took the time to hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, later.